Did you know that being excessively nice can actually harm you? Yes, you heard it right. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? After all, we're often told that it's important to be kind, to put others before ourselves. But here's the unexpected truth: there's a limit to everything, niceness included. When we're overly nice, we might find ourselves constantly making sacrifices for others, sometimes to our own detriment. We may end up feeling taken advantage of, or we may struggle to assert our own needs and desires. This surprising reality forms the basis for what we're going to discuss today: the paradox of being nice. So what is this paradox? Well, it's the idea that while being nice can lead to positive outcomes, being too nice can actually lead to negative ones. The paradox of being nice, as strange as it may sound, is a real phenomenon. Let's delve deeper into its implications. Niceness, in its balanced form, is a virtue. It fosters positive relationships and creates harmonious societies. Imagine a world where everyone is considerate, where people think before they speak, and where kindness is the norm. That's the power of niceness. It's the oil that lubricates the gears of human interaction, making our social machinery run smoothly. In the personal realm, being nice can strengthen relationships. It's about showing empathy, understanding, and respect for others. It's about being there for your loved ones when they need you, lending a helping hand or a listening ear. It's about celebrating their triumphs and supporting them in their struggles. When you're nice, you build trust, and trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. In the professional world, niceness can be a powerful tool for success. It's not about being a pushover, but about being respectful, considerate, and collaborative. A nice boss creates a positive work environment, leading to happier employees, who in turn are more productive. A nice colleague is a pleasure to work with, fostering team spirit and cooperation. But the benefits of niceness extend beyond the personal and professional spheres. It's also about contributing to a peaceful, cooperative society. When we're nice to each other, we create a positive ripple effect. We inspire others to be nice too, and this chain reaction can lead to a more harmonious community. It's like a drop of water creating ripples in a pond. Your act of niceness can have far-reaching effects. So, being nice is not just about being pleasant. It's about creating a positive impact on the people around you, and ultimately, on society as a whole. But remember, like any other virtue, niceness needs to be balanced. Too much of it can tip the scales, leading to undesirable consequences. It's about finding the sweet spot between being nice and standing up for oneself. While niceness has undeniable benefits, when taken to an extreme, it can lead to unexpected outcomes. When niceness exceeds healthy boundaries, it can become a source of stress, conflict, and even exploitation. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? After all, can one really be too nice? But let's delve a bit deeper into the dark side of being overly nice. Firstly, being overly nice can lead to exploitation. When you're always willing to go the extra mile, people might take you for granted. They may start expecting you to always say yes, to always be available, to never say no. Then, your niceness becomes an open invitation for others to take advantage of your kind nature. Then, there's the issue of burnout. If you're always putting others first, always taking on extra tasks, always being the one to compromise, it can take a toll on your mental and physical health. You might end up overworked, overwhelmed, and underappreciated. The constant pressure to be nice, to please everyone, can lead to stress, anxiety, and ultimately burnout. Lastly, being overly nice can lead to self-esteem issues. If your own needs and feelings are always taking a back seat to others, it can make you feel undervalued and unimportant. You might start questioning your worth, thinking that you're only good enough when you're pleasing others. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. So while being nice is generally a good thing, being overly nice can have its drawbacks. It's important to understand that it's okay to say no. It's okay to put yourself first sometimes, and it's okay to stand up for yourself. Remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Being overly nice, then, can become more of a burden than a boon. It's not about being less nice, but about striking a balance, about finding that sweet spot where you can be kind to others without compromising your own well-being. After all, you can't pour from an empty cup. The paradox of being nice lies in the balance. Being too nice can be just as problematic as not being nice enough. This paradox is a concept that often puzzles us, but when we delve deeper, it becomes clear that it's all about striking the right balance. Think of niceness as a seesaw. On one side, you've got the benefits, the warmth, the connections, the sense of satisfaction. On the other side, however, you've got the pitfalls, the potential for exploitation, the risk of being taken for granted, and the chance of losing oneself in the process. Like a seesaw, the key to maintaining balance is not to lean too heavily on one side or the other. If you're too nice, you tip the scale and risk falling into the trap of being overly accommodating, losing sight of your personal boundaries. You may end up feeling drained, unappreciated, or even resentful. On the flip side, if you're not nice enough, you miss out on the benefits of positive social interactions and connection. The paradox of being nice is not about choosing one extreme over the other, but rather about finding a harmonious balance between the two. It's about harnessing the power of niceness to foster strong, healthy relationships, while also setting boundaries to protect your well-being. This balance is not a fixed point, but rather a dynamic equilibrium that changes with different situations and people. It's about being adaptable, flexible, and responsive to the context. It's about being able to stand up for yourself when necessary, while also being kind and understanding. Navigating this paradox is no easy task. It can be a tricky tightrope to walk, especially in a society that often sends conflicting messages about what it means to be nice. But it's not impossible. It requires self-awareness, introspection, and practice to strike the right balance. Remember, being nice doesn't mean being a pushover. It doesn't mean sacrificing your needs for the sake of others. It means being kind and considerate, but also firm and assertive when necessary. Striking the right balance of niceness is an art that requires self-awareness and practice. And in the end, it's this balance that enables us to navigate the paradox of being nice. So, how can one strike the right balance? How can one be nice without falling into the trap of being overly nice? This is where we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The answer is not in the extremes, but in moderation. It's all about finding that sweet spot between being too nice and not nice enough. First and foremost, set boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define your personal space. It's okay to say no. It's okay to let people know when they are infringing on your space. By setting boundaries, you protect your mental and emotional well-being. You ensure that your niceness does not translate into a free pass for others to take advantage of you. Next, practice self-care. This is not about being selfish or self-centered. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't be truly nice to others if you don't take care of yourself first. So make sure to carve out time for yourself. Do what makes you happy, what recharges your batteries. Rest, relax, rejuvenate. This will help you maintain a healthy balance and prevent you from being drained by your own niceness. Finally, be assertive when necessary. Being nice does not mean you have to be a pushover. You can be kind but firm. You can stand up for what you believe in without being rude or aggressive. Assertiveness is about expressing your thoughts and feelings in a respectful manner. It's about standing your ground while still maintaining respect for others. Remember, balance is key. Niceness is like salt in a dish. Too little and it's bland. Too much and it's inedible. But just the right amount can bring out the best flavors. With these strategies in place, you can embrace the power of niceness without succumbing to its paradox. In conclusion, niceness, like many things in life, is best in moderation. We've taken a deep dive into the paradox of being nice, unraveling its layers to understand its dual nature. It's clear that niceness, while laudable, is not without its pitfalls. Benevolence can uplift others, spread positivity, and foster harmonious relationships. But when niceness is taken to an extreme, it can result in self-neglect, exploitation, and even emotional harm. Understanding this paradox is the first step towards balancing niceness with self-care and assertiveness. And remember, being assertive is not being unkind. It's merely standing up for yourself and your needs. So, be kind, but don't let your niceness overshadow your self-worth. Be generous, but guard your boundaries. Be considerate, but don't hesitate to voice your thoughts and feelings. Remember, being nice doesn't mean forgetting about yourself. Strike the right balance, and you'll harness the true power of niceness without falling into its paradox.